Shalom, 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 citizens of YouTube and brothers and sisters out there. Brother Randy here. Wanted to do a quick response in terms of something that I heard on last Sabbath service in response to a question that I posed of a brother, and that brother's name is Eric Robinson. And being that I'm the only man out in Kentucky, he could have just simply said my name instead of just dropping an innuendo. But I'll approach this from a scriptural perspective. Now, I'm not the type of person that gets up here and quotes scriptures all day, but sometimes it's very relevant because we have to come from the proper order and perspective. So here, I ask questions all the time. And if I hear or see something that I don't quite understand, in the past I've asked other brethren, I've asked elders, I've asked many people a lot of questions, and as do many of you. A lot of people, a lot of times on Sabbath service or sitting down, we'll open up the book and we'll ask questions of our brother who we think is knowledgeable in the Word. And basically, that's what I did. I asked the question, and instead of giving me the information, like a lot of brothers do, I was personally attacked and I was accused of things when I just simply asked a question on the spiritual matter. There's nothing wrong with asking a question, especially if you're confused or you're not aware and you want to get clarification, because the Bible clearly says that, what made the Bereans more noble than us of Thessalonica is that they searched the scriptures to find out the things that they were saying is so. So questions are healthy. It's not there to tear anybody down. It's just to get clarification, because it's important that you do search the scriptures to find out if the things that people are saying are so. And there's nothing wrong with asking questions. The problem here is that you're attacked, and then your name is slandered, or a certain twist is put on it, when you can clearly see that it was a clear, straightforward question asking for chapter and verse, asking for scriptures in these matters. And it's amazing because, when I think about it, and looking at people's life, it's amazing. You look at people's Facebook's lives, the pictures that they post. Like Pastor said, they're up on Facebook cheesing. Like Pastor said, their wives' heads are not covered. Like Pastor says, they're living in all around the heathen. Like Pastor says, they don't own anything. They're mortgaged up to the hill. Like Pastor says, their children go to the public fool system. Like Pastor says, their wives' heads are not. I can go on and on and on about when you look at these people's lives, they live nothing, and they have no intentions on living anything. And so, I'm very careful right now about who I ask a question, because those who want to preach the gospel and want to sit up in front of a book and talk to you about Torah, they don't live it at all, and they have no intentions of living it at all. Just like people like Eric Robinson, he has absolutely no intentions of living any separate and set apart life whatsoever. Just look at his Facebook page. Look at the pictures that he posts. Look at how happy he is living all around the heathen. He has no intentions of raising sheep or raising cattle. He has no intentions of doing it, because you just look at his life. You just look at his life and it'll tell you everything that you need to know. Just like Pastor says, look at a person's life and it'll tell you everything that you need to know. Everything that you need to know. So you beware of these Torah teachers that sit up, preach scriptures to you, but they're surrounded and immersed in the heathen. This is a fact. Why don't you go and just check out their YouTube page, check out their Facebook pages, and see for yourself that they have no intentions of raising their own food. No, because the wife is in control. That's why. See, When somebody calls you out, you call them out right back. And all I want you to do is look at his life and then look at mine. Because I put my hand to the plow on a daily and weekly basis. This is what Brother Randy does, because you can see the manner of my lifestyle, but when you look, they don't show you the manner of their lifestyle except for what you see on Facebook. And what you see on Facebook is not indicative of a Hebrew Israelite. My life is. You better believe it is. You better believe it is, because I'm a doer and they're just hearers. And I'm blessed by the labor of my hands that the Most High Yah and continues to bless me with in all aspects of my life, because I am a doer. But when you look at their lives, it's all a dog and pony show. See, a lot of people, they ain't got the heart. They ain't man enough to live this kind of life. See, you got to have a spirit of sacrifice on you to give up all of that worldly shit and all of that worldly conveniences that they immerse themselves in. Again, just like Pastor Dow says, I'm quoting Pastor Dow, look at their lives. Look at their lives and see what they live. I bet you this dude will not lay down all of his wealth or his perceived wealth at Pastor Dow's feet and go and live on Straightway Community or any other community for that matter, because he ain't got the heart to, and he ain't. And I'm calling you out, and I dare you to live this life. I dare you to be an example to the people to show that you are not only a person that knows the gospel, but you're going to live it. Show me. Show me through your life, because that's why you blocked me on Facebook, is because I shared those pictures of you with your wife and her head uncovered. I shared those pictures with you with the Sabbath parties, balloons blowing and all this other garbage and crap and mess. See, these are the hypocrites that we got to deal with in this day and age. Bootlicking, stage playing hypocrites that ain't gonna live nothing. And if I see you, I tell you that to your face, you chump. And this is the problem that we're having today. So I'm calling you out, because you ain't nothing but a stage playing hypocrite that ain't gonna live nothing. But you'll attack me, but when I gave you the opportunity to call me up directly or speak, you didn't want to do it. But you're gonna call up or whatever and then try and put my name on blast. Look at his life. He lives nothing, and he ain't gonna live nothing. You done heard nothing but the truth, and I dare him to get out and say, look at his life and look at my life. Look at the way he lives and then look at the way I live. And you tell me which one is a true Israelite. Shalom.